Hi, hello, hello. We are reading now some Attack on Titan. I'm really sorry these are incredibly late. Just shockingly, completely unjustifiably late. I think we're 3 chapters behind now. I actually have no idea how much longer the series is going to end. I believe it's on its final volume, so really any of these chapters could be the last. I know now that there's at least 3 more in which various twists and turns are almost guaranteed to happen. The last one I read ended with Eren addressing all of the people of Ymir, promising that he would stomp out all other life on Earth with the hundreds of titans that he resurrected from the walls. It seems like a very grim ending to the series if it really ends with just Titan apocalypse everywhere but Paradise Island. But as I said, many things can happen in these remaining chapters. So let's check it out. I'm reading Fukatsu scans. It looks like a couple different groups are working on this now. I used to read Manga Stream scans, but Manga Stream just doesn't exist anymore. Lots has changed since we were last reading this series. So this chapter is called Melting Away. We see here a ton of the people of Ymir all in this bizarre Evangelion space, which through which Eren can talk to them telepathically, and I guess also kind of like summons them here, at least in their mind, while he's conversing with them. And we can see that a lot of these people are obviously from Marley, that they're from the ghettos of Marley, that they wear fashion and have access to technology and foods and stuff that aren't available on Paradise Island. A lot of them probably quite ignorant of the affairs of the world, just doing their best to survive in the ghettos. Now suddenly psychically connected to this person they've never heard of before, who's telling them that soon the entire world is going to get stomped to death by titans. So yeah, the shocked and confused looks on their faces, very appropriate here. And then they're back. Yeesh. That's pretty shocking. I like that they actually kind of go into the implications of using a power like this. A lot of fantasy type series have telekinetic powers or the powers to show lots of people visions, and kind of the fact is like to continue the plot and to just have the relevant characters experience this. The shocking after effects of this are usually kind of glossed over, and it's more like, yeah, right, I know what to do. But they don't often show the consequence that like millions of other people would just be like, what? So disoriented, so confused, staggering about, suddenly having all these conversations, trying to figure out, you heard it from that island. The Titans are coming to kill us. Yes, and that is what Eren said. I think it's up for debate whether he really meant, I am going to exterminate everyone who's not on Paradise Island, or if he meant, I'm going to exterminate everyone who's not a descendant of Ymir. I mean, the latter seems more ideologically aligned with what he's really trying to do. The former is a lot easier. So now they're the only people in Marley. Only the ghettoized Eldians know that this is coming. Ooh, and of course, here on Paradise Island, in the after effects of the climactic scenes where Gabby shot Eren's dang head right off. All of them, of course, had this vision as well. Totally unnecessary. They see the Titans. They know what's going on. First time he's transformed into a Titan, he wouldn't remember anything. He wouldn't be able to move right away. He's taken away. Yeah, Falco Titanized as like a dumb Titan. He didn't inherit any Titan powers, rather he just lost his humanity. So I don't think there's really anything that Gabby can do. Like Jean and Connie. Someone as important as Falco can't just be ignored. Oh, one of the 9. Oh, wait. Oh, maybe I'm wrong. Did he eat? What did he eat? Who did he eat? I don't remember. Sorry, I don't remember. Hopefully I'll be able to figure it out from context. All this stuff, it kind of feels irrelevant now, though. It's really quite impressive. They've been talking about this earth-flattening weapon. They've been hinting at the Titans in the walls. And to have this happen right in the middle of this very tight, very all resources in each side being deployed type battle, where almost all of the other 9 Titans were engaged in combat, suddenly that all feels quite irrelevant, doesn't it? To figure out, oh, whose side is the Jaw Titan on, for example. Who cares? It could just get smushed by one of the hundreds of super colossal Titans marching out across the world. For some reason, my armor came off with the fragments of the walls. Same time the walls were destroyed, my armor... Ah! So the walls are like the Titans crystallizing. Ooh, that means that Annie is free too? Because it seems like, yeah, the walls are the Titans crystallizing. They're putting up that armor that kind of spreads out from them. And the Armor Titan also seems to operate through the same thing. So it kind of makes sense that when Eren rewrote the rules of the Descendants of Ymir, and destroyed the walls, that at the same time he would destroy the Armor Titan's armor, and, not that, again, it seems kind of irrelevant at this point, but maybe Annie has been freed from her own crystallization. Right, I couldn't prevent it. The world is going to be destroyed by Eren. This is really quite interesting, because as I said, at this point, the power that Eren has unleashed can't be matched. So if something's going to change, it's going to be changed as the result of ideological conversation, of convincing Eren to do otherwise. For quite a long time, the true intent of Eren's plan has been pretty mysterious, right? Was he cooperating with Zeke? Did he have his own thing going on? Was he cooperating with the resistance? Was he secretly on the side of Armin and Mikasa and such? But now that he's actually unleashed the Titans, now that he's actually making the big play and has psychically communicated his intents to absolutely everyone, it's pretty unlikely that there's yet another secret plan behind this, right? So that's I like that. I like that now finally we have this very clear path in front of us. This is what's going to happen if nothing changes. And we can feel all sorts of different types of ways about it. I think there is kind of some ambiguity that some fans of this series might see Eren's triumph as an absolute triumph, and other fans might see Eren's actions as totally abhorrent, morally unjustifiable. Other ones might have something more in the middle. But that it's clear that that's what's going to happen, and that we can start seeing how all the other characters are going to try to stop it. I don't know how. It seems quite... Because Eren is still in the world of the creator, right? Eren is still in Evangelion, Endless Desert, Tall Bright Tree land, right? How are they even going to get to him? South there's an airship for evacuation. Search for Peck and the Marleyan soldiers and escape. Who inform them? Marley, no, the world. What happened if I inform them? Where were they going to escape to? Oh, yeah, Reiner... He knows there's nothing he can say. Father and mother, Auntie Karina, everyone's gonna die, right? Gabi, of course. If we don't kill Eren, she already shot his head off. it's actually kind of ironic, like, it's quite a cruel irony of her going, we gotta kill Eren, when she already literally shot his dang head off. Just like how he undid the hardening of my Titan, he controlled all the Titans and the subjects of Ymir at will. So who is left to oppose him? There's a few Marleyan soldiers still around, who are purebred Marleyans. There's the other members of the resistance that are from other countries. People who are allying with Eren. What's her face? Yelna? Yelna? But no one can stop him anymore. All we can do is run away. This is a nice shot, by the way. Reiner kind of imagining the power of Eren with the huge, bizarre, insectile original Titan bursting up and the shadowy figures of all the wall titans around it. It's cool that like I think this is a strength of the manga is when there's a really powerful shot that's not really feasible to shoot, that is it doesn't actually like exist in reality, that they'll come up with like an imagined depiction of it that really captures the awe and the strength of it, even when those scenes aren't being literally depicted. So Reiner goes down. Gabby ties her hair up. Yeah, I can just give up. Wait for me, Falco. Rest here, Reiner. I'm bringing everyone back with me. What the heck is Gabby gonna do? Honestly, though, Reiner's like totally right. Like, what is left? I think the best shot you have is to just stay in the air as much as possible, strategically land, refuel the airships, get back up there, fly over the Titans. That's the only weakness they have. They don't really. That's all they can do. This is the end. So now we return to our beloved Scouting Legion friends. I love just the background of seeing all the wall titans. They're so shadowy and like anonymous and nondescript that at first they don't seem like threatening at all. They just seem a little like weird, you know, a little like eerie. But then you think of the scale of each of them and the number of each of them and how far out they are on the horizon and still appear that large, and it suddenly shifts to like I don't know. I don't know. I love that sense of like something that's a constant presence is actually a signal, a symbol of your impending doom. It's like the moon in Majora's Mask, I think is a good analogy. Never thought he would massacre humanity outside of the walls. But if humanity outside the walls were to disappear, all the grudges would disappear as well. Our enemies who feared our continued existence would all be crushed flat. Only a brand new plot of land would remain. The thing those guys across the ocean feared the most has happened, because they decided we were all devils and tried to kill us all. So Gina's really sympathizing with Eren here. It seems like he is kind of down for the flatten the earth plan. Armin and Mikasa not so easily impressed. In other words, this is the result that those guys on the outside brought on themselves. There's nothing we could do about it, right? This is going too far. It's unprecedented genocide. Can we stop them? Eren prevented Zeke, who tried to sterilize us with his euthanasia plan. He prevented sacrificing Historia to maintain the power of the founder. Other words, Eren, in order to protect us, has sacrificed humanity beyond the walls. The ones who will benefit from this genocide are us. And they think back, way, way back, to one of the many times they were rescuing Eren. Because you are important to me more than anyone else. This is good. I like that they're taking the time to do this, and that it doesn't immediately just jump into like an ideological argument. Like there's hints of it, but it's like instead of just them arguing it out and Armin and such being strongly opposed to it, Jean being for it, it's more like, okay, this is happening. What is our actual emotional response to it? How does this make us feel to realize that this is the fate of the earth and that we're the ones benefiting from it, that the rest of the world was sacrificed for our sakes? Like that, of course, is something that spurs a lot of argument, but I think this focus on just them trying to come to grips with this. I love all of these close-ups of their reactions. You know, I think it's good. You take the time to just let the characters feel. So the Titans that were unleashed in order to combat the Marleyans are now fighting Eldian soldiers. If Eren control over the founder, I thought he would have control over all the Titans. Eating people, let's save them. What do we do with that child? So this was Falco. This is Falco, right? Yeah. Okay, yeah. So Falco has, I don't know, what Titans does he have? I don't remember, I'm sorry. I assume it must be like the Jaw Titan or something. Because Reiner still has the Armored Titan with him. Armin, Colossal Titan. Pieck had the Cart Titan. I think she's dead now. Maybe? No, she like fake dead for a while, but is she actually alive or not? Oh yeah, this kid has inherited the Jaw Titan. I thought so. You just leave him be. If you defeat him to someone transform into a Titan, we can save them. Commander Pixis. Oh, my mom. Feed him to my mom from Rakugo Village. It's fine, right? This is interesting. I can't even think of this character's name, because generally he's just sort of along for the ride. And I remember one of the major kind of emotional points with him earlier was when they were out scouting. They found this Rakaku village where he was originally from. They saw that everything was destroyed, as if everyone there had been turned into Titans. And this was presented at first as like a big mystery, like this is part of the lore of Titans. But, you know, as customary in the series, oftentimes some major lore type information, something that it heightens the mystery of the Titans or gives you just a little bit of insight. Connie, I knew it was in there. Also gives emotional depth to one of the characters that we knew this was always kind of living in the back of Connie's mind. What happened to my mom? How can I save my mom? Like, can anything be done at this point? So now, here in these desperate times, right near the end, it comes through again that he really was carrying this whole time. Feed him to my mom from Nagako Village. Connie Jean, according to what Zeke said, that child is a warrior cadet, someone who's like a little younger brother to Reiner's warrior group. If we kill someone close to them, it will give birth to a new conflict with Reiner and the Cart Titan. Okay, very pragmatic, yeah. So Armin, although very morally distraught about this whole situation and very conflicted probably about how he feels about a lot of things, very tactfully foresees that in the future they're going to have to get along with all these people. That they're not going to be wiped out as part of the world flattening plan. They're going to be there with them on Paradise Island after all this shit goes down. So yeah, if they kill Falco, that's some pretty bad blood. Marley's going to be destroyed. Reiner's group and ours will not have to keep killing each other anymore. So my mom doesn't matter. Any idea what I'm thinking when returning to my village constantly? Because you ate Berthold, you were resurrected, right? Don't stop my mother from being brought back. This is good. I like this. This kind of hidden conflict. The resentment of Connie towards the other Titans who are able to revive themselves through Titanizing. Knowing this whole time that all of them could have been his mom. His mom could have been brought back. The Titans, the dumb Titans, are crashing towards them. Connie runs off with Falco. Gotta do something about these Titans. No walls on this island anymore. Right, so every dumb Titan on Paradise Island is just running rampant now. The Wall Titans, I don't even know what they seem to move really slowly. They're still just kind of bumming around. But in the meantime, running around their ankles are all these smaller, lower class Titans. They're climbing up to the main castle where Yelna and her group are still chilling. This fort is being destroyed too. Yelna, stay down. Titans that Zeke created. Why isn't Zeke controlling the Titans? Yeah, so she has no idea what's up. She's not an Eldian, so she didn't receive Eren's psychic message. She wasn't there when Eren and Zeke made contact, when Eren's head got blown off. And of course she wasn't there in Evangelion Land, where Zeke and Eren had their final conflict, and Eren was the one to finally wrest control. So yeah, she has no idea what's going on. uh, it's quite a situation for her. It's too late. Again, another real iconic Titan, Attack on Titan type image. Just something about busting through the wall with the face of the Titan. I think is quite iconic, and it again, it's just this like that frustrating helplessness that something so dumb, so stupid looking, so goofy has this absolute physical power over you that I think drove so many people's engagement with this series. They can still do it. Like stuff like this. This poor family. This, of course, is the Forest family that took in Gabi and Falco and stuff. Running from someone who's not even all that absurdly tall. 12-footer, 15-footer maybe. Just stumbling around behind them. It's horrific. And I think the fact that even during these apocalyptic scenarios, they're still able to bring out this more down-to-earth horror of running from a Titan. Oh, and stuff like this, too. This is not even the Titan. She just banged her head and stumbled down the stairs and then had a big fall. But it's the fact that it's so real. You could be running from anything and do that. It doesn't need to be a supernatural beast. The Titan slams through after her. It falls down the stairs too. Oh, oh, jeez. I was about to say, like, the way she's kind of lying on the ground and this guy stumbling but undaunted moving towards her, it has like a big, like, yeah, this bottom panel here especially. Again, it's like, even though the Titans are supernatural and it's a fantasy world threat, there's something all too real about the horror of these scenarios. Oh, but shots! Is that Gabi? Is that Gabi coming through again? With another snipe? She's such a good shot. Okay, cool. A tiny moment of reprise, a tiny moment of satisfaction. Oh my gosh, and she jumps in afterwards. Gonna slam it right through the hole she made. Finish off the nape. Okay. Nice little action sequence. Very gory, but that's Attack on Titan for you. Ooh, and for a second, just for a second, she sees her big sister. You know, I always like stuff like that. Maybe it's a little on the nose. Maybe it's a played out trope now where you are rescued by someone just when you're crying out for someone else's help, and for a second their images are like melded together. I don't know, it always gets me. It's always quite moving, I think. A tearful reunion. Told you to run away with the warriors. What are you doing here? Say Falco who was captured. Yeah, they have their fake names, Mia and Ben. Kill that Titan. Ooh. So this is going to be a crucial point. And this, of course, is a major theme of this series. Cycles of violence. How do you break the cycle of violence? They see, okay, they helped this kid in this situation. They killed the Titan. They helped this Eldian family. But hey, wait, aren't you a Marleyan soldier? This is the big question. What will they do here? Can they break the cycle of violence? You're wrong. You're a family that lives together in a barn. It's me that killed the Titan. So as a prisoner of Marley before, I know how to use this rifle. Send us to a safe place. Save us, soldiers, please, please. Okay, Take Ben and run away. Tell them be quiet and stay with us, okay? Smart, smart. Because if she is right and that Falco has been captured, or as Reiner suggested, Reiner was the one who suggested this to her, that Falco has been captured by Eldian soldiers, by people of the Scouting Legion and such. Then staying with the Eldian, or with the Eldian soldiers, the soldiers of the Island of Paradise. So it's tough to get all the terms straight because, of course, Gabby is an Eldian too, but you know what I mean. Yeah, she's got to find Falco. Just running around with a rifle isn't going to do too much. See that daydream as well. Wall Titan's really heading towards the world, so it seems. Who knows? Tried to kill you. Am I a devil? No, I'm the devil. Oh, man. These kids! They're just kids! They shouldn't be having to think of themselves as devils. I've killed many people just to get praised by others. That's my demon. The thing is within me too. Kay as well, and anybody. Because there is a demon within everyone. This is what the world has come to. What should we do? Leave the forest. Even if we can't leave, we'll continue to try. Meanwhile, back in the fortress, in the main castle, Yelna's troops are getting snatched up like bugs. It feels like they're very ill-equipped to deal with this. This was so much not the plan. Oh, but swinging in another real classic AOT move. Someone with 3D maneuvering gear slashing away at a Titan's nape. It's been a while. It's been a while. Well, I guess it really hasn't been a while, but like, again, as I'm saying, they're forefronting these images, I think, near the end. To kind of, again, like speak to ideas of cycles, speak to the idea that this sort of violence is unending. You know, they talk about like making peace. They talk about in the future this group and that group won't have to fight. But in the end, the iconic image of this series is the Titan. The Titan is one of unquenchable violence. The Titan is one who has no rational conflict with anyone, but only seeks to destroy and consume. And so I think, you know, having this conversation between Gabby and her pseudo sister, where they feel like they're demons because they've killed so much before, and then you cut to this. No, there's still real demons out there. Don't remember teaching you to just stand there and freeze in terror when facing off against the Titans. Put on your 3D dimensional maneuver equip 3D dimensional whatever. Follow my lead. If there's anyone left who wants to survive, that is. And this, of course, is Shadows, who they heartbreakingly had to beat up to prove their loyalty. In one of the more brutal scenes of the series, as of late. No, not even. This series is just too brutal. A very brutal scene, though. Yeah, this is, again, the cycle of violence breaking. They beat him, now he saves them. And Yelna, this is a fantastic image. From these floor-to-ceiling windows, with an inscrutable look on her face, she watches. More Titans attack. Soldiers still alive. Move towards the top of the fortress, all of you. Gather the Titans there and strike them. Cool. Still kind of tactics. Just the quintessential tactics of these series. Humans figuring out how to outsmart the Titans. Figuring out how to use their almost zombie-like behavior against them. Right now, we're striking all together. Oh, this is cool. I can't get over just the classicness of this chapter. That even though the lore has become so complex, that the politics have become so complex, the morality has become so complex, even though we're in the end game for all of those big questions and big struggles, we still have time for people zooming around on 3D gear, slicing up some Titans. Just to remind us that in the beginning, this is what it was all about. Cool shots too. I love the way that the 3D maneuver gear is depicted. The trails of smoke and all the crazy angles and stuff. I think even more than the Titans, this is something that contributed to the kind of iconic feel of the series. Like, the Titans are, of course, an amazing adversary, a very iconic um, enemy to fight, but like, the way the humans respond, that's what makes the series cool. That's what makes people want to wear Scouting Legion backpacks all day, every day. Okay, Titans charging. This is maybe an unprecedented number of Titans. We've had major Titan ambushes and stuff in the past. There was the big ring of Titans during the showdown with Bernholt and Reiner. But now that all of the Titans of Paradise Island are free to roam into the city, and seem like they've converged here too. And this is a tidal wave of Titans. Both Paradise Island and the world are getting flattened. Commander Pixis. They can recognize him. His distorted, titanized face. And then Armin here has a big flashback. That's like a chapter 5 flashback at the latest. You can tell just by the haircuts. Let's go. And of course, Armin was all for feeding Falco to Pixis. So now that that option seems to be off the table, will he be able to bring himself to kill his former commander? Thank you for guiding us all the way here. At last may you rest in peace. You know, I think this all has a lot of intent behind it. The very nostalgic imagery of just humans versus Titans, and this very nostalgic feeling of thinking back to the earliest moments of the series, to the very fundamental, core, foundational beliefs that Armin has. Everything is coming full circle, which also means everything is coming to an end. Yeah, this is pretty bad. Fires have also considerably subsided. Marley soldiers have been pretty much annihilated, and the pure Titans are gone. We're safe here for the time being. And the Wall Titans, still just kind of chilling. I don't know. Are they moving extremely slowly? Are they waiting for like a final like go from Eren? Is Eren aware that they're just standing around? That he didn't say please? I don't know. I don't really know what to make of that. But it looks like the big battle within the former walls has ended, at least for now. There was a lot to clean up, so to speak. The Marleyan soldiers, the many people who drank Zeke's spinal fluid and titanized, and then all of the Titans that made their way in with the absence of walls. So yeah, now a brief moment of peace. What will happen next? So Yelna's finally figuring out, the Yelna group that is, finally figuring out what the heck is going on. So my homeland won't make it either. Yeah. And you got to remember that this is the reason why they reached out to Zeke. This is the reason why they're interested in allying with the Eldians, is because they were scared of Marleyan power, right? They were scared of Marleyans having access to Titans. They wanted to end Marleyan expansionism, Marleyan colonialism. Of course, they were getting a leg up in the technological wars or whatever. But anyways, all I'm trying to say is that a lot of them were very motivated by security for their homeland, right? And so Eren's betrayal here stings extra hard because they did so much to facilitate this. They did so much to bring Eren and Zeke together. And now it's like, haha, JK. instead of just peacefully removing Marley's access to Titans by ending our bloodline peacefully, we're instead just going to stomp all of you guys flat. Alright. Lived. Now when the Eldian Empire is about to rise from the ashes. Okay. So the Yelna squad is getting arrested. Seems pretty pointless at this point. Who cares anymore? The world is ending. All under arrest. You're okay too. So where does someone use such a situation though? Don't want to fight anymore. I just want Falco back. I won't just disappear somewhere. Where's Falco? Okay. But Connie took Falco. Kidnapped by his Titan could be fed to a mother. How did that mother become a Titan to begin with? That's right. That's right. It wasn't just that his village was devastated. I forgot about this. Connie found his mother's Titan lying on her back inside the destroyed house, unable to get up. So Connie had been looking after her the entire time. What was never clear to me was why they all Titanized. I guess that wasn't actually ever explained. I kind of thought that it was explained and then I forgot. But yeah, it looks like maybe this is also the author's attempt to like clear up any potential plot holes with like final little bits of lore. So yeah, what was up with that? What made them Titanize? Was it contact, like something that Bernhold and Reiner did? Undercover for Marley? Was it something Zeke did during his roaming around Paradise Island? Why? What is the point of doing that? Was it like some place where they were storing titanizing juice? I don't know. Maybe they won't explain it. It just happened. What happened 4 years ago? I don't know. People in Connie's home village were turned into titans. And then I can't just give up on Falco. Can Eren Yeager turn Connie's mother back into a human? The founding titan should be able to do anything, right? I don't know. Yeah, this is just like an unknown. The limits of the founding titan's power, especially when it comes to people that have already been turned into dumb titans. It's very unclear. Like nobody's ever really recovered from that outside of eating one of the 9 titans. I don't know, but if Eren could do it, then I think he would have turned back the soldiers who were transformed by Zeke. True, right? But then again, Eren didn't really seem to care very much about what was happening. There was this huge conflict with all these titans that conceivably Eren, we know that Eren should at least be able to stop. When he used the founding titan's power back when he incidentally touched Historia, and shouted or whatever, and all the titans stopped attacking. He should be able to do that at least. And he was just like, I don't feel like it. I'm gonna hang out here with the big tree of light. If you don't know, then just ask him. Ask Eren. Killing everyone outside the island is no good, right? Okay, so yeah, Gabi has beef with that too. First off, she just wants to find Falco. But she's like, hey, while you're at it, this whole ending the world thing, does he really have to end the world? Didn't mean to do something like that, right? Just attacking the military installations around the world wasn't enough. Try and ask him. Even the armored Titan's armor peeled off, so he should be able to do it. I still think Annie's going to get involved too. Just because it feels like they need to play every remaining card in these endgame chapters. The moment the Armor Titan's hardening dissolved, when was that? What was the timing? Same moment the walls crumbled. I knew it, yeah. Eren said that all hardening would come undone. I knew it! I knew it! Here she is! I knew it! You know, I forget characters' names, I forget stuff that happened, but sometimes the brain gets turning. It's Annie. It wasn't really that big a prediction. I'm sure a lot of people saw that coming. And there she is. For the first time in like probably 80 plus chapters, we have Annie, not just in flashbacks, not just in hypotheticals, but she really has emerged. The girl who on that day decided to go back to her father is also being set free from her underground cell. But what, it's like, it's cool. It's cool that she's back, and I'm glad that we're kind of retouching all these little plot threads. Um, and I think it's good from a standpoint of characterization, of kind of the emotional impact of what's happening. We get to hear all these different perspectives, see how all these people are reacting. That's all good. But at the same time, I'm kind of like, okay, well, who cares? Like, not one of these things comes close to changing the macro scale of this situation. They get Falco back, they don't get Falco back. Connie's mom revives, she doesn't revive. Eren tells the Titans to de-Titanize, or he doesn't. As long as the Wall Titans are out there flattening, then the world's getting flattened, right? Like, that's the actual scenario that this all boils down to. So, again, while I think it's really interesting from a storytelling perspective, it's more, I'm like, what's going on? Like, I'm just at an impasse. I'm at a loss as to how any of this is going to connect to these major crises. And it's more just that I'm interested in finding out, right? Like, I'm not just like, hey, this is stupid. No, 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 no. I think this is cool. I think it's cool that I have no idea how this is actually going to work out. I'm interested in finding out. All right, that was chapter 124. Here we see a cool shot of Eren in all of his genocidal glory. And now we're going to plunge into chapter 125. So please join me tomorrow for that. Bye-bye.